Welcome, everybody, to Totino-Grace High School. My name is Rob Reitz. I'm principal at Edgewood Middle School and happy to be bringing you Mounds View football for what is my sixth year calling football games for the Mustangs. Joining me tonight is Thomas Van Ort, former Mounds View Mustang and current student at the University of Minnesota. Welcome, Thomas.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Our third broadcaster this evening is Anthony Calistro. He's a former Irondale High School alum and now in the real estate business with Remax. The three of us are going to bring you Mounds View High School football all season. We're excited to be able to do this and grateful to the Mounds View Huddle Club for giving us this great equipment. We've upgraded from previous seasons, and we are quite certain we're going to be able to bring you a great live feed with excellent audio and video. We're going to start this evening talking a little bit about Mounds View football. We're going to introduce the starters to you and share a little bit about the coaching staff, as well as some tidbits on Totino-Grace that we were able to find through some juggernaut research we did just this week. So let's start talking about Mounds View. I think the first thing we should do is just go through our defensive starters. Thomas is going to do that for us. And then we'll get into a little bit about what we know about some of these great players, these seniors and juniors, with a few sophomores. They're going to have a pretty big contribution tonight.
Yeah, we have mostly sophomores starting on defense. We got a three-man defensive line, all seniors. Number 77, we got Mitchell Thompson playing one end. Across from him on the other side, we got number 66, John Rasmussen. Showing up the middle, we got Wes Berlin here. We actually have a sophomore playing outside linebacker. We got number 35, Evan Hatton. I'd say he's a big guy to watch. He's been a tear coming up through the program, all stages. He was one of our biggest players on the freshman team last year. Joining him is going to be number 6, Ryan Edelman. He's going to be coming off the other side, trying to put some pressure on that TG quarterback. In our middle, we got a junior and a senior. Our junior is number 34, Abdallah Abed. He's a little bit smaller for that position, but he's willing to get hit, and that makes him big. The other one, we got number 44, Andrew Molinar. He's going to be another guy trying to stop any plays TG has up the middle. And then on our defensive backs, we got cornerback Isaac Radabaugh, senior, joined by a sophomore, Eric Fenning-Wendt, number 10. In our safeties, we got free safety number 21, Jack Kelly, and senior number 12, Christo Alex.
So you'll recognize a few of those same names starting on offense. That'll be an interesting storyline tonight, as we've got some defensive linemen that are also going to start along the offensive line. A few injuries and some COVID-related reasons for kids to be out tonight that will be a changer down the road here for the Mustangs. But tonight we're going to start at left tackle, senior number 55, Wes Berlin. You heard his name earlier. At left guard, number 62, Luke Eggert. At center, number 68, Mark James. Senior right guard, number 66, John Rasmussen. A senior right tackle, number 51, Ivor Westerman. Ivor moving over from defense to the offensive side of the ball this year for his senior year. Incredible team player that Moberg highlighted for me when we spoke earlier today. Senior tight end, number 44, Andrew Molinar. You heard his name as well. And then a senior wide receiver, number 4, Dylan Wheeler. We look forward to some contributions from Dylan tonight and all season. We also have wide receiver, senior number 3, Hunter Rask. A sophomore wide receiver, number 82, Tyler Nystrom, will also start this evening. And then the senior running back, number 2, Antoine Vaz, is back. And, of course, at quarterback, junior number 7, Owen Wark. So that is your starting lineup. Quickly, our long snapper tonight is Nick Shaw. Our place kicker is Ben Samuel. He is coached by a former Gopher, Dan Nystrom. Pretty good get for Coach Moberg to have on his staff. Placeholder tonight is quarterback Owen Wark. And then our kicker is Ben Samuel, and he will also handle the punting this evening. Our captains for the Mounds View Mustangs. Number 6, Ryan Edelman, 6'3", 205. He plays that outside linebacker spot. We'll also see him at tight end. And number 10, Eric Fenning-Wendt. He's a senior, 5'9", 160-pound wide receiver. Jack Kelly, number 21, also a senior, 6'1", DB and wide receiver. Those are your captains, along with number 44, Andrew Molinar, a 6 foot, 210-pound linebacker. Moberg had a lot to say about a lot of these kids today. He was his typical positive, highly enthusiastic self. He's a great human being just to sit down and talk football with or talk life with. It's kind of why he does such a good job leading this Mustang football program. Interesting, some things he said about Captain Andrew Molinar. His preparation is only rivaled by former quarterback Cole Stenstrom in terms of his willingness to sit down, watch video, and just really learn the game. Incredibly committed athlete. And Moberg just couldn't say enough about how excited he is to see him play tonight, Thomas.
Oh, yeah.
There's a couple multi-sport athletes that Moberg talked about seeing, excited to see good things from. DJ Cook plays hockey. He's going to back up at running back tonight, and he also is a sophomore with a very bright future. And again, someone that Coach Moberg really wanted to highlight. And then he just talked about Eric Fenning-Wen as just a really great football player, and just the fact that he's made himself into this great football player through intense hard work. So some more anecdotes as we get going on some of these players on Coach Moberg's roster that he wanted to highlight and honor because of the kind of work they put in, not just in the offseason, but through camp as well. Then we asked Thomas to do a little bit of background on Totino-Grace, both their coaching staff and some of their players. Thomas, what did you find out about our opponent this evening?
Well, the TG head coach is Jay Anderson, who's coming into his second season as the TG head coach. He coached them to a 4-2 season in the shortened COVID season. He did do 18 years as the assistant head coach and offensive coordinator for the legendary Jeff Ferguson, who took them to 8 state championships in that run. Jay was also the 2010 Assistant Coach of the Year for Mounds View High School football. On the defensive coordinator, they've got Jeff Moritko. He's been with TG since 2001. He himself was a high school All-American and played 3 seasons for your Golden Gophers.
Nice.
One of the players to watch out for today is number 22, Hunter Carlson. He's going to be halfback for TG. Since it was a shortened season, they didn't keep official records, but he was the unofficial rushing leader for the Metro League last year, averaging just under 200 yards per game, 1,190 yards on the season. He's going to
What a stud.
Yep, he's going to be the main workhorse for these Eagles tonight, and it's going to come down to whether the Mounds View defense can stop him up the middle.
Yeah, I tell you what Coach Moberg said is their defensive game plan is number 22. They are going to do everything they can to stop him, and he's good enough that he still might go off for a couple big runs. But their biggest strategy is to hold him in check. And if TG, having smaller contributions from Hunter Carlson, can still beat the Mounds View Mustangs tonight, all the power to them. But they're going to try to stop big number 22. So look for that tonight from this 3-4 defense. You know, there's some big shoes to fill with Coach Ferguson having retired now, and I think Totino-Grace is definitely up to the task. This is a really strong football program, has been for a number of years, and I'd say the same for Mounds View. I've been incredibly impressed with Coach Moberg and his ability to attract high-end coaches. He's got Adam Weber up about 10 feet down from us right now, overviewing the offense, working with Coach Alkinen, who is his offensive coordinator, the two of them working together to basically strategize on the fly against this tough Totino-Grace defense. But as I mentioned, he's also brought in Dan Nystrom to help coach some of the special teams, in particular the kickers, which is a huge bonus when you can have someone who's capable of kicking. And Ben Samuel, you know, his sophomore year, he made a huge 42-yard kick in a game that without that field goal, his first ever at the varsity level, they don't win that game. So I look for Samuel to potentially be a contributor tonight that is meaningful enough for this team that helps get them a W. On the defensive side of the ball, you've got Vince Calistro as a defensive coordinator. He was an athlete I coached at Irondale, and Anthony is his brother tonight, calling the game with us too. You'll hear from him in a minute. And Vince has some really good coaches on the defensive side of the ball as well. Aaron Redmond is a guy I coached with. He's coaching the safeties. He is a phenomenal defensive mind. I love what that guy can do and how he can make adjustments on the fly as well. He's also a very strategic guy in terms of game strategy throughout the week. We're going to break for the national anthem. We'll catch you in about 2 minutes. All right, we are 3 minutes away from starting off this 6A football season. I want to welcome Anthony Calistro to the hot mic.
Hey, Rob, how's it going?
Good, how are you, man?
Doing well. I'm happy to be here. Happy to see some football.
Anthony and Vince were former athletes that I had the privilege of coaching at Irondale High School, and it's super exciting to see him back and to know that Vince is doing such a great job. Vince taught for me at Chippewa Middle School, too, so got a long history with the Calistro boys, and they're great people. So it's fun to have you up here calling the game.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here now, and it's great. It's full circle now, being able to watch Vince coach, and with some of the staff as well from when we played back at Irondale. It's exciting and a good culture to see these kids growing.
What'd you hear from Vince about this game tonight?
He said it's going to be two defensive battles. He said both defenses looked really good in their scrimmage. It's going to be a battle on the line of scrimmage where both teams look to be pretty tough, and a lot of new guys for both teams. Totino-Grace not returning any starters on the O-line, and Mounds, who's been shuffling a lot of guys around, defense and offense. So he said it's going to be, TG likes to run, and they like to stop the run. So it's going to be a battle on the line of scrimmage. I'm excited to see it.
It's an interesting dynamic. The 6A football has split into one district with basically two brackets, I guess you'd call them, a gold bracket and a maroon bracket. This is a crossover game with TG representing that gold bracket. Typically, if you look at it, gold consists of the top 16 teams at 6A, and the maroon bracket is the second group of 16 teams. It's hard to know where teams are within that. And year to year, you never know if there's a maroon team that might be up in that upper echelon. We'll see tonight how Mounds View does. Last night, there were a number of games, and teams in that gold bracket were 12-1 against the maroon bracket, and they actually outscored maroon teams 360-42. So they did something right when they figured this out. Looks like Samuel is back to kick off for the Mustangs. That means they're going to be on defense to start this game. Here is the kick, and it is going to be fielded about the 4-yard line. Nice kick by Samuel. It's brought up all the way to the 20-yard line. Already a big hit. That is 6A football, baby.
It's a good way to start the season right there.
Number 32 for the Eagles, Sam Johnson with the kick return. And they are going to start 1st and 10.
Look to see Totino-Grace establishing that run. A lot of power and a lot of ISO.
Ozzy coming out in their patented 3-4 defense.
Hunter Carlson, number 22 for the Totino-Grace Eagles, is returning last year. Had a stud season, almost 1,200 yards, 7 touchdowns. They're going to look to get him the ball a lot.
Now TG's taking signals from the sideline. So they're going to be able to run pretty quickly here with those signals. A little bit of delay here as they get the ball set. Got to always remember it's the first game for these referees too, unless they had double duty had to ref Thursday night. That's been an issue here, not just in 6A football, but we've got Thursday night games this season because there is a referee shortage. All right, so we are ready to play some football. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Totino-Grace quarterback, I believe, is number 6.
Number 5.
Number 5, check that. They start with a run play. No surprise there, up beyond the 25-yard line.
And there's Hunter Carlson. They're going to get him the ball early and often. Number one key for the Mounds U defense was to stop him, get the ball out of 22's hands.
We weren't able to get the starters for the Totino-Grace Eagles, so we're going to struggle a little bit to call names, but we'll figure it out as we go here. Looks like Nick Ruhan is the quarterback. He's in shotgun, and we've got movement before the snap. Mounds U likes that. That's going to be a 5-yard penalty and take away much of that 7-yard run they had on first down. So a false start on number 70 for the Totino-Grace Eagle. That's Owen Swedberg. That's going to put them in second down and about 8. We've got the scoreboard for you this year. When I said the Mounds U Huddle Club really stepped up for us, they bought us a number of new equipment that includes a second camera, allowing us to have this picture in view of the scoreboard, so you can always see the down distance and the clock, but we'll still bring that to you as well. Shotgun here for the Eagles. Quick pass, almost intercepted. What a complete stud play. Number 6, Ryan Edelman, outside linebacker, rushing the quarterback, probably on a blitz. He knocks that down and brings Totino-Grace to a 3rd down.
Great ball get off there. Look to see Totino-Grace potentially get back into a play action play here, move the chains. They do like to run, though, so I would say, they're going to be protecting that run.
They finally updated that scoreboard with 3rd down and 7. Looks like they're going to turn the play clock off. You see a little bit of a slower start to this game that maybe is just
getting the cobwebs
a
out.
sign of the start of the season. Yep.
That's right.
Again, back in the gun. One step drop, throws on a slant route, and that is caught all the way up to the 50, down to the 40. He's chased as number 18 for the Totino-Grace Eagles. He's down to the 19-yard line. Big time gain for the Eagles. That's Brennan Blake. And he was tackled there by Eric Fenning-Went, but not before a huge gain on 3rd down for the Eagles. They are in the red zone. Wow, they really flipped sides of the field there.
Wow, yeah, that was a big play. Middle of the field wide open.
Looked like just a slant route up the middle of the field, split the 2 safeties, and he was off to the races. All right, 1st and 10, 19-yard line. Handoff here to Carlson, and he's going to be tackled right away. That again, number 6, Ryan Edelman, immediately on the tackle.
Edelman is all over the ball. They like the way he progressed this offseason, put on some weight, and he's really going to come off the edge early and often.
Yeah, he looks like a beast, man.
He does.
Look at that kid.
That whole D-line, they got a lot of guys with a lot of size. I was actually at practice yesterday, and I was next to some of these guys. I was impressed. Can tell that Moberg's weight program is really paying off.
That guy loves the weight room. He loves to pump kids up. He was telling me earlier today about kids cleaning 265. I mean, it's no joke the strength these kids have in high school. So Totino-Grace again, shotgun with a single back to the left. Pass here out to the right. That was intended for Carlson, who did a very athletic flip.
That was a nice move. Reminded me of Micah Kane, the Totino-Grace legend, who famously flipped in the end zone.
Man, if I did that, I would not be getting up. Ruhonen, I think we'll call that quarterback for Totino-Grace. Hopefully we'll hear his name announced to honor him and get that right. That's what we're here to do tonight, is celebrate these kids and all the work they put in. It's one of the most exciting things I get to do as an educator, is see kids do something that they love to do and something that they're going to remember they did for the rest of their lives. All right, 3rd and 9, another huge 3rd down for this Mustangs defense. And we start with another whistle.
Moving back.
So the first mistake from Totino-Grace didn't cost him. This one, a delay of game, going to put them back to 3rd down and 14 yards from what looks like the 24-yard line. Just underway here, no score. Not sure why it says Mustangs have a point. Hard to do in football.
Everyone's working out the cobwebs still. Talked to Vince a little bit before the game, defensive coordinator. He said 44, Andrew Molinar is a beast, and he's the heart and soul of this defense. Looking for this guy. Looks like he's showing a blitz.
Roll out here to the right for the Eagles. And there's Molinar on the tackle, and it is incomplete in the corner of the end zone. That one again intended for Hunter Carlson.
A little high on that one.
Looked like Christo Alex on the coverage for the Mustangs.
And Christo is a tennis player, star tennis player, actually competed for the state championship in doubles this last year, and they're excited to have him on the team.
Wow.
He was a questionable guy with scholarships for tennis, and they knew they needed him on the defense and happy to have him out.
They still got Bjorn Swenson too, right? That kid's a boss
Yeah.
at tennis.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, totally. I mean, these, multi-sport athletes, it's very important. I think coordination, the skills they learn from the other game definitely translate over, and they need all the athletes they can get.
All right, time for a stop here and a turnover. 4th and 14 from the 24-yard line. Totino-Grace back in shotgun. 3-step drop. He fires, and that's going to be picked off. That's number 44, Molinar.
There he is.
Heart and soul of the defense right there, turning over the Totino-Grace first turnover of the game here early in the first quarter with 9:25 left.
He read that perfectly. Got right underneath the route. Easy pick.
What a fun way to start the game for this defense. They give up a big play, but come right back to turn over Totino-Grace and give us the football. Number 44, Andrew Molinar showing up. Molinar showing up. All right, so here comes this Mustang offense. They're running a spread offense. Again, Coach Alkinen is the offensive coordinator. A lot of RPO. That means run pass option. So they are relying on Wark to make some reads here tonight and to either hand off the ball on an inside zone or throw the ball likely down the middle, reading either a linebacker, safety, or even a defensive lineman for inside zone. And that's going to be handed off here. Short gain to Vaz up to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, I expect Mounds to try and build a slow drive down the middle. There was a lot of flash happening on the TG offense, so they're just going to want to capitalize on that big play their defense gave them. Good dive up the middle, couple of yard gain, 2nd and long.
Mounds also signaling in the plays, which really allows you to control tempo. You can go as fast or as slow as you want, kind of taking the play clock out of play, so to speak. Wark throws a ball that looked to be impacted by the rain. It is a little bit wet here, and that ball sailed on him. It was intended for wide receiver number 82, Tyler Nystrom.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a drizzle right here, which could affect a pass-heavy offense like Mounds View, but it's also the first game of the year, so everybody's amped up and they want to make a play. Just got to take a few drives to settle in, and he'll do great.
Wark in the shotgun with Vaz to his right and trips to his left with a single wide receiver up top to the right. And they get Totino-Grace to jump offsides. Number 21, Nick Pittman. Looked like he may have been coming on a blitz.
I think that was a false start by number 51.
I'm allowed mistakes too, right? Dang it.
First game for us too up here in the booth.
Ivor's definitely a kid I remember from my days at Chippewa Middle School. He was a great kid, a lacrosse player if I remember. And he was the guy that was going to compete at that outside linebacker spot, and they saw a need for him along the offensive line. And very graciously and quite athletically, he has filled in to help this Mustang team on the offensive line. Same formation here, trips to Wark's left with Voss and a single receiver to his right. Looks like Wheeler up top, and this is going to go, picked off at the 30-yard line by Totino-Grace, number 25. That's Colin Rowe, and that's going to give the Eagles a first down right around the 10-yard line. big-time turnover as these two teams trade interceptions to start early here in the first quarter. With 8:41 to play, TG is right back threatening for a touchdown inside the red zone. I believe that was intended for Wheeler. I wasn't sure who was up top, but
he got hit
didn't
as he
quite make it
threw.
there.
Yeah, it's tough to tell who it was for, but I think the hit definitely affected the pass on that one.
Much appreciation to all of you. It looks like 59 people joining our feed tonight. Feel free to send this out to anyone who might be interested. We're hoping to carry this game or these games all season long, bringing you fantastic play from the Mounds Mustangs. Here's a handoff here up the middle to Hunter Carlson. He's going to be tackled right down around the 5-yard line.
That was a little dose of ISO. They like to go to that, especially on first down. Get a little bit of movement up front and move the chains.
Now, ISO essentially means they're isolating the linebacker to kick him out and create the hole.
That's correct. Yep. And it's a really tough coverage for the defense because it looks like it's going to be one thing and the guy gets cleaned out and there's a big hole right in the middle.
Looks like it's number 6 for the Eagles that ISOs up that block. He's kind of in a wing, almost between the guard and the tackle up, just off the line of scrimmage. Another mistake here. We thought this would be the case. You know, these kids are just working out the kinks coming out of camp, and we've got a false start, the second false start on Totino-Grace tonight, with also a delay of game. And then, of course, Mounds has their one false start penalty as well.
A lot of penalties to start the game. I mean, execution early in the season is important. It's to be expected to have a couple of hiccups along the way.
All right, TG's got twins to the right with a single set back to the left. It's going to be Hunter Carlson up the middle here over the right guard, and he gets a short gain up to about the 10-yard line, which is, I believe, the original line of scrimmage when this series started.
Mounds defense really swarming the ball. Got a lot of guys around the ball. I know Coach would love to see that.
This is a big statement here right now. 3rd down and 8.
That bend but don't break defense is really important, establishing that run stop.
It does appear as though TG can get a first down here if they get to just beyond the 3-yard line. Clock ticking away here in the first quarter, really just underway. This is the Eagles' second possession. Some personnel changes for the Mustangs. That looks like Wheeler coming out to play some defensive back, but we've got a timeout.
Coach didn't see what he liked there. Had to call a timeout, regroup.
Your impression so far?
So far, it's a little sloppy to be expected, but like the way the defense has responded. I mean, they give up a couple of big plays and bounce right back. And right now they're in a tough situation. The offense, turned the ball over, and it looks like the Mounds Mustangs can make a big stop here. The defense is a strength of their team, so this will be a good gut check time.
Now, if I'm TG, I'm definitely looking at this as at least 2 plays.
Mm-hmm.
You might even get 6 out of it to get the first down, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't need to go end zone here. I'm thinking they're going to try to get Hunter Carlson a few more yards and see what they can do between opting to go for a first down or go for the touchdown on that 4th down play.
Yep.
And look, he's a stud. He could probably get into the end zone depending on what they call here. So looks like they're spreading us out a little bit. They've got Carlson in the slot with twins to the left. And it's going to be a 3-step drop. He's looking right, throwing right, and that is well out of bounds. Looks like number 10, Eric Fenning, went on the coverage, but that's going to be 4th down and 8.
Yep, Fenning went captain, very fast kid. I heard a lot of great things about him out of camp. It looked like he's put on a little weight as well and is moving great.
Boy, I tell you, this Mustang defense, they get off the field here. That's an incredible turn of events.
Oh, completely.
So TG lining up for a field goal. And the kick is up. And that looks like a TG lead here with 7:03 to go in the first quarter. Totino-Grace leads the Mounds Mustangs 3-0.
giving up 3 when you're giving them the ball on the 20 is not bad. I know coach will be happy with that. Got to limit the mistakes on offense here and try to put 7 on the board.
Yeah, I think Coach Moberg knew that they needed some big plays on offense, and they're prepared for that. They've definitely put the time in to strategize for what they want to do against this Totino-Grace defense, and they just didn't quite get it done in that first quarter, but we did, in that first series, but we did see some potential here for the Mustangs to both run and throw the football. So let's go.
Let's go. Yeah, they just need to get a little bit of a rhythm. You know, the offense has been sitting around. They had a big turnover. Just get some plays established and start hammering that run.
I haven't quite heard who is back deep on kick return. It's always a fun thing for kids to get the call to be that kick returner. Looks like Fenning Went is going to be back deep, along with number 21, Jack Kelly. Kelly, again, is a captain for this team. I think Fenning Went is too, is he not? Thomas back on the mic, helping us out to break down what the offense is doing. And again, this is a Mustang offense that's going to run a lot of inside zone, which agile athletic linemen are more than capable of doing. And we've got an out of bounds on the kickoff. They squibbed it. So that's going to be a pretty good start field position-wise for the Mustangs, I believe, from the 35-yard line.
Yeah, the Mustang offense just needs to find their groove right now. Defense kept them from getting 7, gave them 3. So now the Mounds offense has a chance to just move the ball down the field, calm and collected, and take the lead back for the Mustangs.
Free kick out of bounds on the kicking team, number 12. The ball will be placed at the 35-yard line. First down.
If you're just joining us, we're really getting started here. 6:59 to go here in the first quarter. Totino-Grace has had the ball twice. They turned it over in their first series on an interception. Got a field goal after Mounds gave up an interception of their own to give the Eagles the ball on the 10-yard line. And it's 3-0, and this is the second series for the Mustangs. We've got Wark in. He passes to Voss, swing pass after being blitzed, and wow, Totino-Grace swarms there.
Yeah, that was a swarm by number 6, Amari Jaramillo, D-back. Came right in there and hit Vaz right in the chest. Exactly what you want as a defense. It was a well-set-up screen play. Quarterback had the D-line coming at him a little bit before he dished it out to Vaz. Looked to get more solid 3-4 yard gains like that throughout the game. Mounds is going to be in great shape.
That's an adequate first down play. 2nd and 7 from the 37. We've got trips to Wark's right, Vaz to his left, Wheeler also to his left. Looks like TG's in a cover 3, and this is going to be a pass out. Ooh, and again, that ball is slippery, folks. It's going to be tough here in the passing game. Number 82, Tyler Nystrom, in and out of his hands, bringing us to 3rd down and 7.
I know that's not the result of the play you want, but there were a lot of positives there. The O-line really gave our quarterback Owen Wark time to set his feet and throw the pass. We just got to be sure to catch that slippery ball when we can.
Yeah, it's hard. You want to get upfield as quickly as you can, so you make a move upfield as you're catching it. So same formation here, trips to the field side. Wark out of the gun with Vaz to his left. Wheeler also, the single wide receiver on the boundary side, and this is going to be a screen to Vaz. He's got a lot of room to work. He's up past the 50-yard line. He carries a tackler with him up beyond the 45, and that's going to be a Mustang first down.
That was a really well-executed screen there. O-line let him through, just enough of a block to get Wark his time before he gives the ball to Vaz, and Vaz takes advantage of his blockers downfield for a big gain for the Mounds View offense.
Very good strategy to take the aggressiveness of Totino-Grace and pit it against them and get their big linemen moving downfield to make blocks for Vaz on a screen. So 3 wide receivers again to Wark's right. This time Vaz is to the field side. The snap, one-step drop. This is a swing to Vaz up to the right. Good block there by Nystrom, and Vaz is going to escape the tackle and get a nice gain all the way up to about the 38-yard line.
Yeah, that was a nice block out there by number 3, Hunter Rask. He gave Vaz a little bit of blocking downfield, which allowed him to gain a couple more yards and not be in his face with defenders as soon as he got the ball.
Yeah, you know when you get a swing pass like that, if you get any positive yards, it's your wide receivers blocks out on the edge there. Nystrom did a good job sealing off the would-be tackler to get Vaz upfield, and he does the rest with what was a 5-yard gain. So 2nd and 5 from the 39-yard line for the Mustangs. Trips to the left here for Wark. Out wide is number 3, Hunter Rask, who made that nice block downfield. And we've got a whistle.
Timeout. Mounds View. That's the first charge timeout of the half.
So timeout, Mounds. You must not have liked something they saw on defense or with their alignment offensively. That their first timeout here, taken at 4:26 to go in the first quarter. 3-0, the Eagles lead here at Totino-Grace High School. This is week 1 of 6A football, a crossover game. Totino-Grace, part of that gold bracket of 16 teams, crossing over to play Mounds View, who's for this season and next year probably in that maroon bracket. I don't think they're going to switch between. There's 32 teams in 6A football, and based on enrollment and some other factors, they created 2 different groups or brackets for play this year. So Mounds View mostly is going to play teams in that maroon bracket. 6 of their 8 games are going to be against what I guess you could consider the second tier of 6A teams. They will play Maple Grove that 8th week of the season, and this first week they are up against Totino-Grace, who is a part of that gold bracket. All right, we are back with trips to the left. Rask out wide. It's a handoff here to Vaz. It's zone, and he breaks another tackle, but can't quite escape getting wrapped up that second time.
That was a good fake by Mounds View. Vaz was able to get out of there with a little bit of yardage because quarterback faked so well that some of the defenders went for him instead of Vaz right there.
And again, this is a run-pass option offense, so you're relying on Wark to make a read. And there you can see he makes the right read. Vaz has some open field, but it's a credit to TG's defense to shut that down as quickly as they do. 3rd and 5, clock running here in the first quarter. Owen Wark getting the signal from the sideline. Scotty Elkinen signaling in the plays here. He's got Wheeler to his right, Vaz to his right, and then Trips to his left with Hunter Rask out wide. And this is going to be another screen to Nystrom. He makes a nice catch this time and a move upfield to get to the 35-yard line, just shy of the first down. Likely going to be a 4th and 1 coming here for the Mustangs.
This is going to be a big play in this first quarter right now. The Eagles do have 3 points on the board, but Mounds View has been driving the ball. That's what they want to do. That's what they got to keep doing. They need their O-line to hold just a little bit longer right now when we're going to do these passes.
You know, one of the strategies here is to get these big defensive linemen for Totino-Grace running laterally. You've seen a lot of swing passes and screen passes to the wide receivers. That tires this defensive line out so that they can eventually do some 5-step drops and some deeper passes. Work here on 4th down. He's getting rushed. He's thrown here to Vaz, who slips again on that wet grass. And that is going to be a turnover on downs for the Totino-Grace Eagles.
Yeah, just a little bit of a collapse on the left side of the blocking. Cut inside when 77 wanted to block him outside. It's just a tough situation, but it's one that Mounds is going to have to deal with if they want to keep success on the offense.
A lot of Voss on that series. Quick, tough kid.
Yeah, I'd ride him too.
Yeah.
He had a great year last year in what was a COVID year, you know. I mean,
Totally.
he's definitely someone they need big things from this season. So as you back on defense for the 3rd time. Here in the first quarter, we got a 1-step drop, and that ball is going to be fumbled. It is still on the ground, and it is still live. Mounds
point.
signaling that they have it, and it looks like they might, folks. Huge potential turnover on first down from the Mustangs, and you can see they have the football.
Big play. I think, it is a little wet out here. I think, no gloves on the hands and just mishandled the snap.
Didn't quite get a sense for who recovered that fumble, but it looked like the Totino-Grace quarterback wanted to throw the football. It slipped right out as he set to fire, and that's going to be Mustang football, 1st and 10. From the 27-yard line. What great field positions for the Mustangs. That erases that turnover on downs. Gives the Mustangs their 3rd opportunity to put some points on the board. .232 remaining here in the first quarter. We've got double twins with Vaz to Work's left. Handoff here on an outside zone play, and Vaz is up the field all the way to the 25-yard line. About a 2 or 3 yard gain there for the Mustangs.
Good run by Voss. He read his blockers really well. Was able to make a cut upfield instead of getting strung out. Get a couple yards for the Mustangs with a good look at second down.
All right, clock still ticking here in the first quarter. Trips again with Vaz to the left of Work. I think Wheeler's up top, and Vaz is going to throw another swing pass. This time it's snuffed out, but Vaz makes a guy miss and gets all the way up to the 20-yard line. What an athletic move. He was dead to right and still got a gain.
That's what happens when you have those small guys like Voss. They're able to move quick on a dime, just cut right under that defender who came to tackle him, able to make a little something out of nothing there.
So 3rd and 3. I'll always take 3rd and 3 if we can get it. Actually, that's going to be a first down because we got rough in the passer, folks. I didn't quite catch that. So Work must have taken a pretty good lick there. Hard to keep your eyes on the quarterback when you got a running back making moves like that.
Yeah, you don't always want your quarterback to get hit like that, but it's always nice to get a first down, bring you into the red zone.
So 1st and 10 from the 10-yard line. Looks like the Mustangs can still get a first down and not score a touchdown. So you always like to see more opportunities inside the red zone like this. This is going to be a nice handoff with a fake throw, but Voss tackled rather quickly right around the line of scrimmage.
Looks like we had linebackers coming down a little bit. The blockers tried to meet him downfield, but got caught close to the line of scrimmage, and they were just able to grab a hold of Voss there.
Should get at least a play here, if not 2, before the end of the quarter, and then we will switch sides. Voss to Work's right, Twins to his left, got a tight end, and Voss is going to throw it, and that over the head of Nystrom and incomplete. Nice little concept there with Wheeler on a slant. And
Yeah.
Nystrom coming on and out.
If they were able to make that connection there, Nystrom had all the room that he could hope for. He almost got to the edge and probably would have gotten close to that first down marker.
Well, that will stop the clock, so that guarantees us at least one more play here in the first quarter. Misting here has been since we arrived. Not the greatest conditions for a spread offense, but they are making do. Trips here to Work's left. Another one-step drop. He's got to get rid of the football. He was threatened there again up the middle. That's going to be incomplete. I believe that. Not sure exactly who that was intended for. Yeah, Fenning went playing wide receiver.
I
Was
don't
the
know.
intended receiver.
I don't know if that was as much an intended receiver or I'm going to get hit. I don't want to take the sack here. Let's put the ball and hope one of our guys can make a play.
Yeah, pretty smart play from a junior quarterback that really didn't get much football time until his freshman year. Now Samuel is in for the kick. And he's got a line drive leg. Wow, he booted that thing through. That's going to tie us here nearing the end of the first quarter, 3-3.
I'm not going to lie. I'm a little surprised that he made that one. He had a line drive right down the middle, but he completely left his feet on the kick, ended up flat on his back, but still able to put 3 points on the board for the Mustangs.
Well, pretty even through quarter one. You know, Moberg talked about how effectively the Mustangs played in their scrimmage, specifically against Rosemont, who kicked some serious butt last night. Rosemont's a solid team. Moberg considered them a top 10 team in the state. And what he said is Rosemont came out in that scrimmage and punched Mounds in the mouth. And the thing he loved about his team is they punch Rosemont right back. And that's kind of what you're seeing here. Blow for blow, these two teams look pretty even here in the first quarter. And we are tied 3-3.
Great response from the Mounds U offense there. Just working what they do best, get the ball to Voss, get the ball in their athletes' hands, and really put some pressure on this Eagles defense.
So Samuel right back to kick off for the Mustangs. High kick going to be fielded about the 18-yard line on the run, which is never good. He's got a full head of steam, and that's a great return for Totino-Grace.
Sam Johnson.
Yeah, Sam Johnson all the way up to about the 45-yard line. So that's great field position for the Eagles.
Johnson's a hard runner. Lucky that he was able to get brought down before he gets to that second line of defense.
Defense playing well for the Mustangs. Other than one big play that happened on a third down, big pass play, it was a slant up the middle. TG's not done a whole lot offensively, and they're not going to do anything with this play either.
Taken down by a pack of Mustangs.
Man, every time I look, Edelman is in on the tackle.
Yeah, I mean, he is a ball hawk.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score of Totino-Grace 3.
So we are going to break and switch sides here. To start the second quarter, it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Eagles.
I think that was Mitch Thompson, too, that really plugged that up, got in there right away. And yeah, last year, I mean, he was a really strong part of their defense. Another weight room warrior, disruptor in the middle, fast for a big guy. And he's going to be a big anchor in that D line. Between him and Edelman, I mean, there's not much room for these Eagles to make room up the middle.
I mean, Rasmussen's a big hoss, too. He's well over 200 pounds.
Oh, yeah.
So he's sitting in there at the nose, I believe. Out of the gun here again goes Grace with a one-step drop. Quarterback's going to roll around to the right.
Wow.
And he is stuck right at the line of scrimmage. You can
Great.
See the excitement from the Mounds U
That was
sideline.
a great tackle, open field and everything. Great breakdown. That's exactly what you like to see in film. Kept moving his feet, drove right through him. That's a tough position to be in as a defender. You got room on both sides. Great tackle right there by 35, Evan Hatton.
Yeah, Hatton's a sophomore, man. That's so impressive. First game playing varsity football. Puts a lick on the TG quarterback right at the line of scrimmage that gets his teammates all excited.
Yeah, and he's a hockey guy, too. Another multi-sport athlete that's really stepping up.
All right, trips to the left here for TG. 3-step drop. Little shift to the right, and that's going to be a sack. That looked like number 77. Did you say that's Mitchell Thompson? No, he's 74. It's not clear here who number 77 is on our roster.
It is Thompson, yep.
Oh, it is
Yep,
Thompson?
yeah, a jersey change. The official roster may be a little off. Yep, Mitchell Thompson.
Yeah, what a beast, man.
Wow, that was a great. The first tackle, you slowed him up. I didn't see exactly who that was, and Thompson was there to clean it up.
Honestly, fellas, other than that one play, I mean, TG's moving backwards. It's 4th and 17, and they're punting the ball here back to the Mustangs.
They got a big boy as their punter. This guy might be able to take some snaps at fullback.
Good snap. Decent kick here. This one's going to land and roll. Won't be fielded by Nystrom, who wisely lets that go. It's going to be Mustang football about the 26-yard line.
Defensive battle, just like we talked about in the pregame. It looks like both teams are really establishing that D. It's a little bit easier early in the season to have that defense clicking on all cylinders. Offense still working out some of the kinks.
It's impressive. I mean, I've seen some Totino-Grace offenses that you just cannot stop. And clearly Mounds View's done a great job both preparing and executing tonight to get us to this point early in the second quarter, tied 3-3, taking over the football once again on offense. So some quick passes, some reads on that RPO, and a few good inside zone run plays for the Mustangs offensively. They haven't moved the ball with ease, but they have been able to get downfield. They've got trips well to the left of Wark, and they're going to hand it off here to Vaz up the middle. He's got a nice hole, and Vaz almost breaks that one all the way up to the 35-yard line.
That was a great play by your Mounds View offense there. The O-line double-teamed up on the nose, created a bit of a hole, and Vaz was able to read that, cut it back up the middle, and get a hearty gain.
Now, I wonder if that was strategic, where they really stretched those wide receivers and took 3 defensive players out of the box. A little bit of a different formation here. They got double twins. Vaz is to the left of Wark, who's in the gun. They try to draw Totino-Grace offsides. They're going to get a different play call here. This is what you can do when you're signaling in plays and getting lined up without a huddle. They read the defense and make the call from up top. This might be a delay of game. Check that. Timeout from Mounds View. Still didn't like the play call they had there. That is their second timeout here in the first half.
Just over 9 minutes left in the half. You'd like to hold on to that timeout a little bit longer, but that's preferable to taking a delay of game at this point.
I never mind as much in the first half when you take a timeout, when you just, for the sole reason of not seeing or seeing something you don't like. It's a little harder to do that when you're not sure how that game's going to come down to a close and wanting to save those timeouts in the second half. You know, Moberg's had to learn to become a game manager. He was as a young coach, he was a defensive line coach that didn't have a huge role in some of the game management pieces. But this now, what? He's got to be 6-7 years in as head coach for this Mustangs team. He's got a lot of confidence and experience just managing the game. He is coaching the D-line this year, which he said he has loved getting back to coaching an actual position in addition to his game management and recruitment responsibilities. Snap here, and a throw is caught. That's Hunter Rask for the Mustangs. Great throw there from Wark as Rask signals for a first down.
Just an overall well-executed play by Mountain View. Quarterback Wark was able to see his men downfield. O-line gave him the time. Then a great catch and run by Rask to get that first down for the Mounds View offense.
So Mounds View maybe seeing that they've got a little bit more time to throw here downfield, shifting from a lot of what has been screen and swing passes out to a slant route to Rask for a first down. from the 47-yard line. They fake to Vaz, and they're going to pass to Wheeler here, and he breaks tackle, and he's up the sideline. He's racing toward the end zone, makes a cut inside, and he's still on his feet up to the 10-yard line is Dylan Wheeler. What a play.
That was a great read by Wark there. He saw that there was a defender coming, but he could pull the ball from out of Vaz, delivered that pass to Wheeler, who then broke the tackle, made his way downfield, fought off the defenders to get another 10 yards down the field to bring the Mounds View offense within 15.
Couple of confidence-building plays right there. 2 for 2 on this series is Wark. Again, you see a bunch trips to Wark's left with the single receiver Wheeler to his right. It's going to be a handoff to Voss as he looks inside zone to the left. Gets just about back to the line of scrimmage.
Looks like we lost a helmet there by number 67, Caleb Thom. Yeah, he's going to have to come off the field while he gets that fixed. They're going to put in number 90, Diego Mondragon.
Diego looks like a big hoss, too. All right, so that is something that coaches look for when you've got subs in like that. Interesting to see what the play call is here. Mounds View switches up their formation. They've got double twins. Looks like Rask to the right of Vaz and Wheeler to his left. Wheeler and Nystrom actually are to his left. And this is going to be a pass, corner route. That's a touchdown, Nystrom.
That was a great catch by Nystrom. Might have been a little overthrown on Wark, but he really sold out, left his feet, made the diving catch, and was able to hold on to it to give Mounds View the first touchdown of the game.
Well, that's definitely a timing and a rhythm throw. You're looking to throw toward that back pylon. Nystrom cut off his route to get to that ball and really made an uncontested catch, although he did dive for it. But that's a big-time drive with 3 huge throws from Wark.
That's what I said earlier. It's going to take Wark a little time to get used to the weather, get pregame nerves out of his way, and now he's starting to put the ball where he wants it.
I love how Mounds View has set up that touchdown, set up the ability to throw downfield with these short passes early. And this is Samuel for the extra point, and the Mustangs are up a touchdown here with 7 minutes remaining in the second quarter.
It's really just comforting when you have a kicker like Samuels there who you can be confident that when he steps up, he's going to put the ball through the uprights.
Absolutely, man. He's been around a long time, too. He's got a lot of experience, so no nerves from him. Every point matters when you're playing a team like Totino-Grace.
Now it's going to be up to the Mounds View defense to see if they can hold off Totino's offense and continue that momentum that Mounds View has through the half.
What an exciting series on offense for the Mustangs. Wark's got to be incredibly thrilled to come out here in the second quarter and throw that touchdown.
Yeah, that was a great ball where only he could catch it.
That's got to be Wark's first varsity touchdown, right?
Yeah, Nystrom. Yeah, that was a nice catch by Nystrom, and yeah, I think that might be his first touchdown. So that's one to remember. Back of the end zone, sprawled out.
You know, Nystrom's young. He's just a sophomore, so that's pretty impressive that he's come out and made the kind of contributions he's made. Had to drop earlier in the game on what looked like a throw that was impacted by some of this wet mist, but no issues with the weather there.
Yeah, a lot of young guys making plays. I know it was a tough offseason trying to find guys. It looks like a lot of these young guys are stepping right up.
Samuel back to kickoff once again for the Mustangs. This ball's angled to the right. It's caught about the 18-yard line. There's some room there, some grass, and it's going to close quickly. Tackle there by number 21, Jack Kelly.
Jack Kelly may see him a touchdown there. He was running hard.
The captain playing special teams.
Love to see that.
All right, Mustangs got the mo right now.
Defense has to have a lot of confidence after the way they've been playing this whole game that, you know, even with a big return on the kickoff, that they can hold these guys.
You know the Mustangs are clicking on all cylinders when they're getting TFLs.
Yeah.
It just seems like a Mustang staple. When they play well, they tackle guys behind the line of scrimmage. And Totino-Grace, that entire previous drive was moving backward. They're going to hand
fumble.
off.
It's out. Ball's up. I think the Mustangs recovered that.
Could be a Mustang football. Looked like he was trying to pull that handoff on a read.
That ball must be slick.
But TG did recover it, so it's going to be a loss. Again, moving backwards are the Eagles. 9-yard loss on that fumble.
Looks like he just mishandled the handoff there and ball down.
You saw that. I just went right to the handoff thinking.
Yeah, it's a former defense. I like watching the ball.
TG's thrown so much more than I expected they were going to tonight. Yeah. I thought maybe after that touchdown they'd start trying to get back to running the football a little bit.
Yeah, I was going through the scouting report that Mounds put together, and they didn't pass it as much last year.
Here's another pass. Decent ball, and that's going to be a broken tackle. But there's Jack Kelly again making
flying around.
First down saving tackle. Yeah, definitely flying around. So nice gain there. I mean, that was 2nd and 19. They got a big chunk back. 3rd and 4 now for the Eagles.
Big 3rd down here. Look for a little bit of pressure from the Mustangs. I wouldn't be surprised if I saw them go back to ISO here or a little bit of power, just establishing that run with Carlson.
Twins to the left for the Eagles. Again, out of shotgun, and looks like we had some movement. Another false start penalty here coming for the Eagles.
Looks like right now we got 85 people tuning in from all over. No, there's the Vider brothers and Bria on their way up to Vermilion tuning in. I know they couldn't be here tonight.
Happy to have you. We get real excited as we start seeing that number tick up. We love seeing 100 or more people tuning in to watch this Mustang football team.
Great crowd, too. It's been a lot of energy from this crowd tonight. And I know for these guys, having fans back in the stands is a huge win.
Yeah, no one wants to play in front of no one.
That's right.
All right, trips to the left here on 3rd down and 10.
Oh,
and
wow.
He's pressured and he's going to be sacked. Another huge
44.
stop. Yeah, baby.
Molinar just got through there and dragged him down.
What a huge stop again for the Mustangs. And again, just keep going backward. I mean, they had one big play that series on a 2nd and 19 play, but they're going to end up 4th and 17.
Yeah, they got to be feeling good about the way they're playing right now. Just flying around, playing fast, playing physical, and getting to the ball.
Looks like nice from back deep for the Mustangs to receive this punt. Also impressive for the sophomore to be the guy they're sending back deep on punts.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like they want him to do a little bit of everything.
Wheeler's back there too, so they've got a couple people back deep.
Yeah, and Wheeler is a basketball stud, and to have him come over for the first year on the football team, I know was a big get for them, and they were excited about it.
Listen, that's what Moberg does, man. Every time I talk to that guy, I want to come play for him. I'm 43
seriously.
years old.
No, exactly. I mean, the energy and the enthusiasm and the love for the game that he has, he just brings everybody around him, fires it up. I was lucky enough to play for Moberg, and he was the same way back then. Like he was the guy that would get us going, bring the energy. And as a player, that's the kind of coach you want to play for.
Well, when he took over the program, to no fault of anyone, the numbers just weren't there. There was some concern over concussion at the time, and this group of junior and seniors, they just didn't have huge numbers. And Moberg has basically doubled the number of players playing at the youth level. And he's done that very strategically. He's got some fun things set up for kids who look up to these varsity players. And Moberg often is getting them in front of his varsity, these young players. I think you just spoke to the team too.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I was lucky. They had the 8th graders in there yesterday. And establishing that culture is so important. That's like what the best programs do is they get these young guys excited, get them familiar with some of the older guys. And that's a great way to, when you come into the school, you say, hey, I know the coach. I know some of these guys. I'm excited about playing football because right now, like you mentioned, between, concussions, COVID, there's a lot of reasons for people not to play football. And remembering that it's a fun physical game, and these guys, should be out here and having fun. It looks like, they're off to a great start.
All right, we are back on offense. Trips to Wark's left. Again, Wheeler is often that single wide receiver to the right. Quite an athlete as Nystrom here goes in motion. Again, that bunch trips far to the left, pulling guys out of the box, and it's a handoff to Voss, who makes a nice cut, but there's going to be a penalty. Probably holding the way Voss made that cut. Makes it difficult for linemen to maintain their block when you cut back inside.
Yeah, I think that might have been a bit of a reach by number 66, John Rasmussen. That's actually going to be a holding on number 68, junior Mark James.
That's a tough way to start a series. But the way Mounds is playing, you'd like to think that's just really not even going to matter. It's going to be 1st and 20.
Looks like it's going to be a little bit longer than that because it's a holding from behind the line of scrimmage.
Oh, yeah, spot foul. 1st and 22 from the 37-yard line. All right, double twins. Voss to the right of Wark. Again, he tries to draw him off. Gets the signal from the sideline. Does work. This is going to be a one-step drop and a slant. It's overthrown and almost intercepted by 2 Eagles players.
Looks like Wark had a little bit of a slip of the ball, threw it a little bit behind his man. Just really lucky there that the TG defenders couldn't pick that one off.
If he puts it on his frame, though, that's there. That's a gain, probably a big gain, because that split the 2 linebackers.
Yep, just a wet ball right now. Something both teams have got to do it. We've been seeing the TG offense struggling a little bit. Mounds View, for the most part, has had a good job holding on to the ball, but we just got to clean up a little bit.
All right, trips to the field side. Looks like Rask is out wide with Wheeler to the boundary. Wark relays the play to the lineman. Vaz is to his right, and we've got a flag and a delay of game. So not a great series here for the Mustangs. Couple penalties and an incomplete pass, and they keep moving backwards. 2nd down and 27. All the way back to the 32-yard line are the Mustangs.
When you started on the 49-yard line, that's not exactly what you want to be.
Snap, and this is going to be a wide receiver screen to Nystrom. Nice block out wide by number 42.
Jack Bray, a junior tight end, came out and gave a good block. Nystrom was able to get a few yards out of there because of the block by his man.
But again, it's not always about the gain on plays like that. You're trying to get this athletic, conditioned team to be running laterally, and just to get them moving, it really pays dividends down the road in the second half. That's a philosophy of spread offense, to constantly get some wear and tear on that defensive line up front. Those big guys who got to keep constantly moving upfield or laterally in order to make a play. All right, double twins again. Voss is going to switch sides, now lining up to Wark's right. This is going to be a handoff on zone to Voss, who breaks the tackle. And we've got another flag coming from the white hat behind the line. Typically that means hold. Couple of flags fly now.
Also looks like we got a big man from Totino down who's a little slow to get up. He's limping off the field. That's number 90, Diego Mondragon. So.
Yeah, he came in to play nose tackle when that helmet popped off. Yeah, he's limping off the field. But we had maybe a scrum, something going on along that Mounds View sideline. So in addition to the penalty thrown by the back judge, we've got something cooking here on the sideline.
Oh, looks like the ref is talking to both teams here.
Oh, yeah. They're probably getting scrappy. You know, that's a word Moberg used to describe this team. When I talk about getting punched in the mouth and them punching back, that's true to who they are. They're a tough, scrappy team that's not going to back down to anyone, including a favored Totino-Grace Eagles team.
You can be scrappy, but the key is to make the other guy look like the villain.
Absolutely. All right, so they're still sorting out what they're going to do here. It could be offsetting penalties. Not quite clear exactly what happened. It has been a series plagued by penalties for the Mustangs. .328 remaining here in the first half. Mustangs up 10-3.
Holding. Offense number 55. That penalty will be assessed 10 yards from the spot of the foul.
So Berlin with the hold.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness on the defense, number 6.
So a personal foul
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
against the Eagles.
Number 2.
By number 6, Amari Jaramillo there.
Will also be assessed 15 yards each from the spot of the hold.
This is going to be a first down, I think.
Number 2's first unsportsmanlike of the game. Results in a first down.
Yeah, that's a first down for the Mustangs. That's huge given how much they've struggled this series getting behind the sticks.
Yeah, you go from having 3rd and 24 to 1st and 10. That's big, and that's a momentum changer because now TG, one of their guys, has got a big penalty and 1 mark against him.
I believe they said number 2. I saw Sauer running off the field for the Eagles. Someone got a warning. So the referee's taking that very seriously. That should quell any sort of chirping or chippiness the rest of this first half here for sure. Because that is it's a series-changing first down for the Mustangs, given how far behind the sticks they were. I mean, we're talking 24 yards to go for a first down. It was a nice run by Voss. I mean, it helps when you get a hold penalty, but he did
certainly helped.
Scamper upfield a little bit.
But yeah, that is a big penalty for Mounds View. Takes them all the way across the mid-center of the field. Oh, so it's still 3rd down, but now instead of 3rd and 24, it's just 3rd and 4.
Oh, I thought he said a first down.
He did, but apparently because of offsetting penalties or something, they're just going to keep it at 3rd down.
Well, I'll take that too, man. 3rd down and 3. Chip a chair and a chance here as we go trips to the right. Number 80 checks in for the Mustangs. Not quite sure who that is. Nystrom in the slot to the right of Wark. Wheeler up top to the boundary along Mounds View's sideline. Wark again relays the play call to the offensive line. Vaz to his right. We're back playing. 1-step drop. This is going to be another swing pass to Vaz, and that well defended. Difficult catch for Vaz to make, just out over his outstretched arm, bringing up a 4th down and 3 with 3:02 remaining here in the first half.
That was good blocking by the O-line. Just happened, number 24 for the Eagles, Curtis Criswell, read that it was going to be a little swing pass. So instead of pressuring Wark and getting blocked by our O-line, drifted out and made it a difficult pass to get over him.
Definitely good with the decision here. It looks like with the personnel change, the Mustangs are going to punt. They can pin TG deep, given how well the defense has played. If you get a real good punt here and pin them inside the 10, I like our chances here.
Number 18, running plays back to receive for the Eagles.
Low snap, bounced, but good punt there from Samuel. That's going to be a fair catch at the 9-yard line. So well-executed special teams for the Mustangs.
Yeah, and it was kind of a missed call by Totino there. They tried to rush everyone when Mounds View had to protect punt. And so their returner had to fair catch or else face 7 Mustangs running him down.
So lots of time here when you consider that the clock stops with every first down. TG still has, I believe, 2 timeouts. But the bigger obstacle is this Mustang defense. led by Molinar and number 6, Ryan Edelman. They've been all over the field tonight. Jack Kelly, too, has made quite a few tackles. They're going to hand it off here, and he is met immediately
by a group of Mustangs. Looks like Mitch Thompson got in there, and Edelman again, all over the place.
Yeah, Abdallah Abed was in there too. So it looks like no gain or maybe about half a yard there on first down.
And I noticed Dylan Wheeler's here and on defense.
Yeah, he is.
A lot of guys going both ways.
It's hard to be surprised in week 1 because you just don't know what you're going to get, especially when you're not around camp. But
Yeah.
I'm so impressed with how this Mustang team has come out and played.
Yeah, they're playing physical and they're playing fast. And that's the number one thing, especially early in the year. You may screw up your coverage, but if you're playing hard and fast, you'll make up for it. And yeah, 2 of their better athletes on the outside with Wheeler and Fenning Went. 2 of their fast guys, really making it tough for the Eagles to get anything going on the outside.
Really just one big play from the Eagles early in the first quarter. Otherwise, they've struggled to put consistent drives together.
And between that and the penalties, it's been tough for them to get in some sort of flow offensively. A lot of stoppage.
Not sure what the delay is here. We've had quite a few delays. I mean, you can tell it's the first week for everybody.
Yeah.
So tough for TG to get into rhythm because it often seems like these delays are coming when they're on offense. Here we got a snap out of shotgun, and this ball's going to be chucked deep. Wheeler covering. It's going to be caught despite good coverage. That number 9 for the Eagles, RJ Spencer, reels it in, and that's a big first down, 50-yard play for Totino-Grace.
RJ Spencer was their top receiver last year, and I was trying to find him on the roster because last year he was number 37, and he returns and a big deep threat as you saw there. Was a wobbly ball and still was able to pull it in. Good coverage.
So not sure if there was a flag on the field, but I think it was a warning against the Totino-Grace sideline. Every team's got a get-back coach. The get-back coach didn't get his team back. Well, a second big play here for Totino-Grace this half. New life for Totino-Grace with 2:44. Real opportunity here to even the score before breaking for halftime.
Yeah, and for Totino-Grace, they have a lot of new guys as well this year. Only 2 returning starters to their offense. So, I mean, they're still figuring each other out. Mounds has a little bit of an advantage defensively here.
So this looks like an ISO play here for Totino-Grace.
Up the middle, it's in the Carlson there at the carry.
Tackled by John Rasmussen, number 66.
I'm surprised with how much Totino-Grace has thrown when they do have a back like Carlson. And, going back 20 years, the DNA of Totino-Grace football has been run. And they've been throwing it a little bit more. Maybe they'll go back to the run here.
They got to notice personnel.
Yeah.
A lot of these defensive linemen have been playing a lot on the offensive side of the ball, too. You'd think running right at them, especially late in the second half, would be to their advantage.
And here's another pass, scrambles.
And a lot of pressure there. Spins Molinar, finally takes him down right at the 40-yard line.
And that's Nick Ruhonen.
Ruhonen, yes. It's hard when we aren't able to get some sense from coaches who their players are and how to pronounce their names.
We're making do.
Yeah, he is.
But that was a nice little scramble there by number 5. Good pressure from the Mustangs to make him move up in the pocket and, force a scramble. Big third down here for the Mustangs.
disregard what you see on the scoreboard there. There is time left, but I'm not sure why they don't have it on the clock. That's going to be almost caught. He was going to be immediately tackled there. Number 35, Even Hatton, our sophomore, on the coverage.
Yeah, Hatton's a physical kid. I know he would have liked to be there. If he would have made that catch, he would have been right there to clean it up. 4th and short here for the Eagles.
Nothing going right on that scoreboard over yonder. Just a personnel change here for the Eagles. Looks like some confusion for them on offense, and they're going to have to take a timeout. So 1 timeout remaining here, and we're not sure even how much time is left.
4th and short here. You'd like to see Mustangs get off the ball quick. With what the Eagles have been doing, it's tough to really know if it's going to be a pass or a run. They've been pretty evenly split. In these scenarios and short situations, Totino-Grace does like to go to a double tight formation that it's looking like either a QB sneak or a quick handoff off the middle. But right now, they haven't been too predictable as to what they're going to come out in.
I wouldn't mind seeing them try to run the football. I just feel like right now you got to give the nod to the Mounds View defense and the defense up front. That front seven's done a really good job. Tackles for loss have been a big reason why the Totino-Grace Eagles have not been able to consistently put drives together. They really are. Their offense tonight has been just 2 big plays.
Definitely, and you can just tell these guys have been looking at their scouting report and following their keys. These guys will tell you where they're going to go on offense when they're running the ball, and the Mustangs have been swarming.
All right, single receivers to the right and left for TG. They're going to hand it off here on what looks like an ISO play, and that's going to be a first down. So nice play there for the Eagles to extend this drive.
Right to Carlson, bread and butter, power football, kind of what they were looking for, expecting-wise, going into this one.
First down to Totino-Grace.
So first down and 10 from the 39-yard line.
Still no clock.
And the clock does stop on a first down. So we know right now the clock's not moving until the ball gets set and TG already lined up and ready to go. There was, I think last we saw about 2.5 minutes remaining in the half. And that's going to be fumbled, just picked up and now rolled out, and he's wide open, but that's going to be incomplete.
I think we got a hold on Totino-Grace there. 55 for the Mustangs. Almost got in there for a sack. Weston Berlin, he's a big playmaker for them, and it looks like he almost got in there, got held up. Berlin.
So still a first down.
Berlin got in there. He's another weight room guy, 300-pound plus bench press, physical kid. First year, getting some serious varsity time, and we haven't mentioned much on the broadcast quite yet, but he's been getting in there, getting good pressure, and doing his job.
300-pound bench press.
Yeah, I can't even squat 300 right now.
Are you kidding me? So he's got to be a 1,000-pound club kid.
Oh yeah.
All right, snap out of the gun here. Another nice rush for the Mustangs. They're going to get a sack here, and they do. That a tandem sack, number
Edelman.
6. Are you kidding me? Edelman again with number 55, Berlin.
There he is.
Cleaning up. So again, moving backward.
Yeah. That's the theme of the night. And again, the D-line and outside pressure from Edelman has just really been tough on these Eagles. They can't consistently keep these guys off the ball.
And, he doesn't get rid of the ball there, and that means the clock keeps running. TG not taking a timeout. They know more than we do how much time is left. That's going to be it, I think, for the half. And the Mustangs are going to go in with a 10-3 lead.
They got to feel happy about the way they played. Again, a couple big plays, but for the most part, that defense was sound. Offense, after that first interception, really got clicking, and they started putting together some really strong drives.
Well, we really appreciate all 90 of you that have tuned in for this game. If you missed it, it was a heck of a first half. A couple turnovers to start the game. The first interception, or only interception, I'd say, by Mounds, resulted in a 3-point field goal from the Totino-Grace Eagles. That was then matched by Samuel early in the first quarter. And the difference in this game is a Nystrom touchdown on a corner route from Wark in the second quarter that put the Mustangs up 10-3, and that's where we are at halftime. Stay with us. We're going to take a break. We've got another great half of 6A football coming to you in about 15 minutes. Welcome back, everybody. We are just about ready to start the second half of week 1, 6A football. Mounds View Mustangs visiting the Totino-Grace Eagles. They are up 10-3 with what would be considered an upset if Mounds View is able to hold on here. Your impressions on the first half of football for both the Mustangs and the Eagles?
I think the Mustangs defense looked really solid. They put a lot of pressure on the quarterback, which forced some errors, including some fumbles, some turnovers, which the Mounds View defense took advantage of. One thing that I'm noticing from the TG offense is they're not running Hunter Carlson as much as Moberg, the Mounds View coaches, and even us commentators thought they were going to.
You know, it's interesting. You can kind of out-scheme yourself, and clearly the game plan, and Totino-Grace knows it now, was to stop Hunter Carlson. And they've done that. The whole idea of Mounds View's strategy was to stop Carlson and make someone else beat them, and Totino-Grace has not found that someone else. They've also had a lot of mistakes, and you know that's common, it being week 1 and also high school football. A number of false start penalties, delay a game penalties, some holding penalties. So TG has often found themselves behind the sticks because of their own doing, but certainly they've also found themselves behind the sticks because of Mounds View's defense.
Well, I think the penalties have shown up really on both sides, and I think one of Mounds View's last drives, we had a 3rd and 24 situation. Unfortunately, we had offsetting penalties with the Eagles having the more severe one, putting it down to a 3rd and 3. But both offenses need to get a little bit cleaner and avoid the penalties if they want to keep driving the ball.
To me, Ryan Edelman has really stood out as quite a contributor tonight. And that's saying a lot for a defense that's really had quite a few tackles for loss. Molinar also has been in on a number of key plays. And right there near the end of the half, you were seeing Weston Berlin also doing a great job making tackles for loss and being just a disruptive player along that defensive line of scrimmage. On offense, you know, it's been interesting seeing them throw the ball. They started, Mounds View did, with a lot of screen passes and short passes, mostly to Vaz, but also to their wide receivers. And that seemed to open the passing game up a little bit in the second quarter. They were able to throw downfield more. 3 consecutive great throws late in the second quarter that resulted in a touchdown to Nystrom in the corner of the end zone. Really set the tone for Mounds View and gave them the momentum that they never really relinquished in that first half. It'll be interesting to see how the teams respond and what the adjustments at halftime are for each of them. If you're just joining us, again, my name is Rob Reitz. I am a principal in the Mounds View School District, but also a former coach at Irondale High School. I coached a little bit also at Roseville Area High School. I love high school football, and I miss it deeply. I'm so grateful to Coach Moberg and the Mounds View Huddle Club for giving me an opportunity to have some role in what this team does on each Friday night this fall. Joining me this year and new to the Mounds View broadcast, Thomas Van Ort. That's who you just heard. He is a former Mustang and a Mustang alum, now a University of Minnesota sophomore. And also joining us on the broadcast is Anthony Calistro, an Irondale alum and brother to Coach Vince Calistro, the defensive coordinator for the Mustangs. 3 of us intend to bring you Mounds View Mustang football throughout the 21-22 season. We look forward to a great schedule for the Mustangs. This really lined up well for them last spring when it first was released. Week 2, they play at Osseo. Osceo's been down of late. They too are in this maroon bracket, part of a reconfiguration of 6A football. But Mounds View also on the schedule has some familiar foes. White Bear Lake, Stillwater, Forest Lake is back on, or back among the opponents Mounds View will face this year. They're also going to face a really good Maple Grove team in what is their second crossover game. And that, at the end of the season, a great tune-up for wherever this team finds themselves seated in the playoffs. As it looks this year, Mounds View is likely to be favored in 5 of the 8 games they play, maybe more than that depending on how they come out. You know, you're never quite sure week 1 what a team is going to look like or come out and be able to do. But according to Coach Moberg, this team has a lot of buy-in. They've been working really hard in the weight room, and they've had a really great week of practice this week in what Moberg called a really good camp. So he's excited about this squad. He called them a scrappy group that really is buying in to what this program is doing in building men for others, building character, and coming out and playing really hard-nosed football. About to get started here to start the third quarter. Again, it's a 10-3 lead for the Mustangs. A rainy, misty night here at Totino-Grace High School. We have a kickoff return up to just beyond the 35-yard line for the Mustangs. And another penalty flag down. Some plucky, scrappy play earlier caused some warnings to be made toward Totino-Grace early or late in that first half. That return, number 9, Nick Shaw, up again to the 37, but we've got a flag and we'll sort that out shortly. So another unnecessary roughness goes the Eagles' way. This one against number 21, Nick Pittman.
And that really changes the field position for the Mustangs. Now they're across the 50-yard line, starting at the Eagles' 49. That's a good setup for the Mounds View offense that's been able to get a good drive up against this Eagles defense.
So you wonder if TG sent a message to their team to come out and be more aggressive, be more physical, but certainly that not the intent there to accumulate yet another penalty for this Eagle special teams group. Got a wide receiver throw. Nystrom's wide open on a trick play. That's going to be a touchdown. Hunter Rask. Huge trick play to start the second half, and they caught the Eagles looking. What a great lateral out to Nystrom, and he threw a bullet downfield to Rask for a huge touchdown here to start the second half.
I think that was sort of a message from the Mustangs that even though we can drive the ball down the field, we've also got plays like that, which you're not going to see coming, and we can execute them and score in one play.
That is incredibly exciting. Way to go, Mustangs. What a great play call. You knew they had that one queued up. Moberg told me to start the game they wanted to go deep to Wheeler. You knew they had some plays left out that they didn't get a chance to go to in that first half. And here's the pending extra point. And Samuel, another line drive boot. That is good. And the Mustangs take a 2-touchdown score. Heck of a way to start, boys. I mean, they really did a good job with that lateral. You could tell right away that that was a lateral, and I knew Rask was releasing deep. Nystrom, really a nice throw, tight spiral in the rain, puts it right on him. He was wide open.
And TG obviously had bitten hard on the fact that it was going to be a pass because there was nobody guarding Rask downfield.
That has to be a stunning way for this Eagle team to start.
But again, a great catch by Rask. When you're so open, you have a tendency to get in your own head, want to make the big play that sometimes you don't execute, but he just stayed focused on catching the ball, and he ended up getting the second touchdown for this Mounds View offense.
Very much hope y'all stuck with us to see that. Weren't scrambling to make it back to your phone or your computer to see a big-time trick play for this Mustangs to take a 2-touchdown lead as they line up to kick off on what was just a one-play touchdown drive for the Mustangs. Samuel puts a leg into it. This is going to be fielded at about the 15-yard line. Makes a single move, and he's going to be met there and tackled by number 34, Abdallah Abed. So how does the defense match with the
builder. You know, the offense was clicking plays to come out like that and have a big play. And then the defense, the way they've been playing, they got to feel good about where they're at now and responding to the way the offense just made a huge impact.
I love it. Everything Moberg said they wanted to do game plan wise has come to fruition here. Stopping Hunter Carlson on offense and get some big plays for them on offense.
And it looks like TG is going to try to maybe establish the run here in the second half. Run to Carlson up the middle.
Stop there by number 77 for the Mustangs.
Mitchell
Thompson.
Mitchell Thompson again, all over the ball. Looks like he may have tweaked an ankle there.
Yeah, he's limping around a little bit. So Berlin, Thompson, and number 66, Rasmussen in on that defensive line. They've been stout up front. Handoff here again. Carlson around the right end, and he's going to be met almost immediately at the line of scrimmage. Yeah, but number 6, Ryan Edelman, who we said earlier, really standing out on defense, flying around, making a lot of tackles at or behind the line of scrimmage.
And this Mounds U D line just lined up next to these Eagles. I mean, they just look much bigger than these guys and even athletic. And again, to kind of hammer what we've been saying, the weight room program is really showing that these Mounds U Mustangs are big and they're fast.
Trips to the left for the Eagles. We got a blitz here. That ball's going to be released and caught right at the sticks. Tackled there by number 10, Fenning Went, but it's going to be enough for an Eagles first down.
Yeah, it looked like Edelman almost got underneath that one. It made him lift the ball up a little bit. I thought it looked like it could have been intercepted.
Just a curl route right at the 6 for the Eagles. Nice catch and throw there for Totino-Grace. Get that first down. And again, a little bit of struggle here with the scoreboard operator. The clock is working, but the down and distance is not. Eagles been in shotgun all night tonight. This is a 3-step drop. Another curl route and almost picked off. Poorly thrown ball there, sailed high, and Isaac Radabah got his hand on it.
Yeah, it looks like he may have lost his footing a little bit there and missed the ball.
So 2nd down and 10 for the Eagles.
Molinar car in the play in for the defense. Talking to the coaching staff, they said Andrew's been a very vocal leader for this defense and kind of the heart and soul of what they want to do.
Some solid leaders in this senior class and among those captains here. Another 3-step drop. This one's going deep. Radabah on the coverage, and it's going to be overthrown and out of bounds.
Mounds was showing a blitz there and backed off at the last second. Way to disguise that. Looks like the quarterback may have thought he had some heat coming. He got that ball out pretty early and overthrew.
So 3rd down and 10 after 2 incomplete attempts. After throwing a first down on a curl route, TG goes deep with that 2nd down throw.
3rd and long, potentially screen here, another maybe long pass. So Mounds is going to be ready for whatever they have to throw at him.
It's interesting. You almost have to throw now that you're sitting with no yards on 1st and 2nd down. Trips to the left. 3-step drop. They're going to throw it to Carlson, who's got some room. He's going to be met by Radabah and pushed out of bounds short of the stick. So that's going to be 4th down from the 45-yard line. They're going to have at least 2, a long 2, maybe 3 yards to go to get the first down. Likely think they'll go for it here.
Yeah, I think that actually was Sam Johnson. He's the other back, a little change of pace back from
was
Carlson.
it? Okay.
Carlson was split out on the end. But, Sam Johnson's been running hard for the Eagles.
Delay a game. Another big mistake here on 4th down.
Yeah. And, again, I'm just shocked at
They're going to punt.
The play calling from Totino-Grace offensively is just a lot more pass heavy than I would have expected. And in this weather, I don't know if it's doing them any favors.
But maybe they are seeing that against this front,
It's true.
they just can't. They don't have numbers. They can't run the ball, and they're going to throw it. They've had a few opportunities, but again, another mistake. So just not as disciplined as you're used to seeing this Totino-Grace team be.
Had the chance to speak with former head coach Jeff Ferguson at halftime, and he said that the penalties is frustrating, and he said this is not typical of the Totino-Grace Eagles, and so that's one thing they're looking to tighten up in the second half.
I saw him too. That's pretty cool. He's here. He's up on top of the press box with us.
Yeah, Jeff was a family friend of mine growing up, and he's just a great guy, an amazing coach, a great family man.
So Wheeler with a fair catch around the 30-yard line. The Mustangs going to take the ball over here, leading 17-3 with 9:04 just underway here in the third quarter. This the second series for the Mustangs. They came right out with a trick play, a lateral throw from Wark to Nystrom, who threw a bullet to Rask for a touchdown to give the Mustangs, who were already leading at halftime by a touchdown, that 14-point lead.
That is really just an encouraging start to the half for the Mustangs to score quick, efficiently, without really any issues, and then have a solid stop by your defense.
Absolutely, man. They're going to come out here in double twins. Both twins lined up at the numbers. Vaz to the right of Wark. And he's going to fake it and throw here to Wheeler. Good block there again by Nystrom. And Wheeler makes a nice move around the sideline. He's up and makes a guy miss just shy of the 50 is Wheeler. Great gain there on a wide receiver screen.
That was a great block by Nystrom. You could tell Wheeler was hesitant whether to cut it inside or outside. He cracked his guy in, took the second defender out of the play, allowing Wheeler to get upfield and get the Mounds View first down. That's a high-class play by that wideout.
How about the sophomore stepping up? Wow, first game on varsity ever. He throws a touchdown, he catches a touchdown, and he's blocking his butt off. All right, trips to the field side to the right of Wark. The single wide receiver is Wheeler, and it's going to be an inside zone play to Voss, who makes the guy miss and gets up to about the 49-yard line.
That was a good blitz by Totino. One linebacker got through. That's number 6, Amari Jaramillo. Made a guy miss, was able to meet Voss right about the line of scrimmage, really netting no offensive yards for the Mustang.
Thought he nudged it up a little bit, but he didn't. It's going to be second down and 10. A little bit of a personnel change for the Mustangs. Trips to the right. Got their tight end Bray in the slot, lined up to the right of Wark. He's going to take a one-step drop and deliver a curl route. This is Wheeler again with a nice first down. He's starting to show the kind of athletic ability they know he has. And that's going to be a big first down for the Mustangs.
That was just an overall perfectly executed play by the Mustangs. Wark dropped back into the pocket. The O-line built him the pocket. He delivered the pass to Wheeler, who made a good move, made his man miss, and again, another Mustangs first down.
What a quick little move from Wheeler. He's tough out there on the edge. Trips here to the right. Vaz Wheeler to Wark's left. Another one-step drop. He's got Nystrom open over the middle. Throws low where only he can catch it. And a nice first down gain of about 6 or 7 for the Mustangs there.
It was a good read by quarterback Owen Wark. Just see where the defenders are and put the ball where only Nystrom can get it.
Boy, this offense really looks like they can spread you out and throw the football. Looks like the mist has subsided a little bit. Mounds View taking advantages. They put together a nice drive here. Their second of this second half. And again, they stick with trips to the right. And Vaz and Wheeler to the left. One-step drop. Ooh. And it looked like Wark slipped a little bit there. Wasn't able to get Rask, who looked open.
Just a little bit of a slip. He was pressured a little bit from the back. Got the ball out. Took a little bit of a shot, but no real impact to him. Combination of the mist, as you've been mentioning.
I really like what Mousie's doing on offense, though. They are taking it to him right now, and they're doing so through the air. They switch it up now with trips to the right. It's Rask, Nystrom. And again, Bray at tight end lining up to the left of Work. They are to the field side. This is going to be a handoff here. Quickly shut down is Voss, number 21 for Totino-Grace on the tackle.
Nick Pittman.
We've said his name a couple times tonight. I think in part for a penalty, but also for a few nice tackles. Pittman, one of the ones that has gotten a unnecessary roughness penalty for the Eagles this evening. Ozzy now with trips to the boundary side. Wheeler wide open over there on an island. Be interesting to see if they throw one up to him here. TG shows a fake blitz, and they're going to go to Wheeler. That's a penalty. That's what you call defensive holding. He got inside of Wheeler and held him up. That could have been another touchdown for the Mustangs. Really illustrated that play there. You could tell they wanted to get Wheeler singled up, and they get a first down out of that penalty.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a miscue by the TG defense. You don't want to give up the touchdown, but right now the penalties are what's shooting you in the foot.
Tries to the pass. Holding. Defense number 23. Penalty is 10 yards for the previous spot. Results in a first down.
Yep, that was a good call. That was pretty obvious. Interesting, he threw it to the inside. I thought they'd try to throw more of a fade. They threw it back toward where the safety was. So that might have been a miscue. Not quite sure what the route was. But if you get that same look, I got to take my chances with Wheeler on a fade really toward that back pylon of the end zone, particularly now where they are lined up on the field as well. So Wheeler is over there, but Nystrom is next to him. They've got twins to the right, and the single receiver to the left is Rask, who caught the touchdown earlier in the half. And this is going to be a nice run to Vaz up the middle. He makes guy miss. He's got a face mask and a touchdown. It looked like he was tackled in the end zone, and he was. So pending the penalty, that's going to be another touchdown and a 20-point lead for the Mustangs.
That was great blocking by the offensive line. You see your right side guard washed down hard on the nose tackle, and Voss was able to see that he could drive a truck through that hole, made the cut, got downfield, drew the penalty before finally knocking it in for another Mustangs touchdown.
Man, is he slippery. He's just hard to bring down. Looked like they wrapped him around his helmet and caught his face mask. I got to think that that's what the referee saw, which would mean Mounds View declines the penalty and takes the 20-point lead with a kick pending. And they are celebrating. You know that is what the call is going to be. So Mounds View jumps out to a 20-point lead here, really halfway through the third quarter. They definitely have carried the momentum they had going into half into this quarter. And Samuel lines up for the extra point, which is good. He is 4 for 4 on kicks tonight, and the Mustangs lead 24-3.
Yeah, Ben here really puts it through with authority. Kicked it all the way over the back of the track there into the farthest lane away from him.
What a drive. What a third quarter for this Mustang football team. Man, did they go in believing, and they came out showing it.
That was a statement drive right there. The first play on the first drive, it's a bit of a trick play. TG's defense can think, all right, that's a bit of a fluke. We got caught with our shoelaces tied together. We're going to go stop them next time. But Mounds View really drove the ball down the field and scored with authority.
And they did it throwing the football. That's just an incredible ability for Mounds when you know you've got Voss and his ability to run the ball. I mean, they're throwing, and suddenly he pops off a run inside zone for a touchdown. I really wonder how this TG team responds now. They got a little bit chippy in that second quarter. They're probably not feeling great about their current situation. I don't know the last time I've seen them down 3 scores like this.
And now Mounds gets to kick from TG's 45 because of the penalty on that touchdown.
Good point. I can see Samuel's pumped up to be able to kick from here. Ball placed right on the tee of TG. Boom. This one going to be in the end zone, which is an automatic touchback in high school. So TG will take the football 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line.
Yeah, 24 unanswered points. That's amazing.
It is, isn't it?
That's great. The first half, they seemed like they were pretty evenly matched. And it really seemed like the second half, the Mustangs liked what they saw and kind of doubled down on being a little bit more aggressive in the second half.
Got to keep the pressure on TG here. Can't let them back into the game. You get a stop here and another touchdown in this game, you start to think there's not a whole lot of opportunity for them to come back. And here you got a handoff up the middle stopped immediately by the Mustang defense.
Mitchell Thompson got in there again and just slammed him. It looks like he may have tweaked that same foot again, and he's dealing with a little bit of he's coming off the field. Great read, though, by him. It was a little bit of a delayed handoff. It didn't look like they necessarily knew what they were doing there.
It looks like they're trying to read it up too, but I tell you what, that's got to be good news for them because Mitchell has been disruptive and really dominant along that offensive line. You have to say right now that we are dominating defensively up front.
Yeah. Coach Kalister has to be excited about that.
Absolutely. A lot of pressure here. Flushes the quarterback out to the left. He's going to be tackled for a minimal gain
by Fenning Went.
And that's going to bring TG to a quick 3rd down. So 3rd and 5 from the 25-yard line. Fenning Went, we've said his name quite a lot tonight. He's had a great game too.
Yeah, it looks like Luke Eggert's in there as well on the defensive line. Substitution in there and trying to establish that containment on the outside. Got a handoff up the middle.
That's Carlson again. Tackled, looks like by Alex.
Christo.
That's going to be a 1st down for TG. A little more of what you'd expect there. Running for a 1st down, trying to establish something that they can build off of. 4:59 here remaining in the 3rd quarter. This another quick throw. Caught. Radaba misses the tackle. And that's going to be a horse collar. I'm surprised they didn't throw it. The coaches are calling for it.
Peter Scharr with the catch, and nice move.
Kelly tackled him up around the shoulder pads from behind, but no penalty there. It does result in a 1st down for Totino-Grace.
Great recovery there on defense too. I mean, that was a tough cut, and he had a lot of room for the Mustangs to only give up about 15 yards on that play. It was, I'd say, a success.
Yeah, that was a quick move and bit of a slip by Radaba as the receiver found himself open. Kelly closed quickly though.
Looks like they got Wheeler on Spencer, who's their top receiver right now, and Wheeler looks like he's excited to be on the defense.
Nice gang tackle of that Molinar, number 44, after a minimal gain for the Eagles.
And it looks like Mitchell Thompson's okay. He's back in the game, coming in for Luke Eggert.
Gotta love that. So Wheeler and Fenning Went at cornerback. Alex in at a safety right now. TG out of the gun. One-step drop, fires high.
A lot of pressure by Edelman there.
Good coverage there by Fenning. Went for the tackle, probably had an opportunity for an interception had he seen that ball released high and incomplete. 3rd down and 7 for the Eagles.
I like the play call there by the Mustangs defense to get a little bit of pressure on this quarterback as not letting him get comfortable passing, throwing the ball.
This is a big play here for this Eagles team. They need a 1st down. They're going to hand it off to Carlson. He's going to be stuck shy of the 1st down. They'll probably go for it here, but that was another Molinar tackle, bringing up 4th down.
Tough hit, got low, right in the chest. That's not an easy tackle to make, I can tell you that. He stopped Carlson dead in his tracks.
That's 2 big, strong kids colliding right there.
Yeah.
Time, Mound View Ally right now. Ticking away here in the 3rd quarter, 3:30 remaining. The Eagles
Showing blitz here by the Mustangs.
Another one-step drop, and the blitz comes in. It's a fumble, and it's picked up by Molinar.
Wow, he was drilled.
Huge
We
turnover
do
by
have a
this
flag on the
defense.
play. What a hit.
That was Mitchell Thompson with the sack, wasn't
Yeah,
it? The
yeah.
strip sack, and then the recovery by Molinar. We'll see what the flag is. Just so many exciting plays for this Mustang defense. Does help when you get a bit of a jump. Looks
That was
like
a
it's
goal?
offsides, I think.
I thought they said targeting.
Oh, really?
That's what I thought it said. I don't know how you could target.
Yeah, that's
the
a much
quarter
bigger penalty than offsides. Holy cow, 15-yard targeting penalty?
on a sack.
I wish we had replay. That's so unfortunate, a strip sack, but
Wow.
you do want to make sure these guys are playing safe. Obviously, no intent ever there. They're just exploding off the ball trying to make a play.
Coach Moberg is not happy about that. He was on the field letting the referee hear what he had to say.
I didn't see that he was leading with his head, but you got to give the ref the benefit of the doubt at this point. And that's just going to be another nice play. Does not let him go. Molinar with a huge tackle. He is fired up.
Wow, getting the fans and the team going, and that's a good response to that easily could have been a momentum shift there with a penalty, and the Mounds defense just bounces right back and continues what they've been doing and just establishing their dominance on D.
So aided by a big-time penalty, this Eagle drive now 2nd down and 10 from the 30-yard line. Fake handoff, and he's going to be under pressure immediately. That's Thompson.
Thompson and Edelman both really did a good job pressuring that QB, made him feel real uncomfortable, forced the throw out of bounds.
Mitchell Thompson is all over the field right now.
And it looks like Thompson's ankle, I mean, he's really fighting through some pain right now. Got multiple guys attending to him right now. He's really gutting it out. I hope it's nothing too serious.
He certainly isn't playing. Once the ball is snapped, he looks plenty healthy.
Yeah. And he's getting some assistance right now. Standing up. Maybe he's a little out of breath and a little wobbly. Berlin, his right-hand man, helping him
Holding
out.
him up. All right, big time 3rd down here, 3rd and 10 for the Eagles.
Looks like maybe get a little
Trips
pressure
to
from
the left.
Mustangs.
Yep, little pressure. They're going to hand it off to Carlson, and he's going to get tackled after about a 5-yard gain to almost the 19-yard line.
This could be field goal territory, but with down 3 scores, I think they're going to have to go for it.
So this is a pretty big call here for Totino-Grace. Do you take the points? or you decide you're going to try to get more.
4th and long.
Yeah, they got to get all the way up to the 13-yard line for a first down here. Trips to the left, one-step drop. They're going to throw over the middle, and that's going to be caught. He's wrapped up immediately, but that looks good for a first down, and it is. They needed to get to the 13. They get to the 12. 1st and 10, Eagles.
Big play there by the Eagles. 4th and long. Nice toss right over the middle. Looks like the Mustangs brought some pressure, but it was picked up pretty well by the Eagles.
So taking advantage of a big penalty are the Eagles right now, inside the red zone and threatening, down 3 scores to try and get themselves back into this game heading into the 4th quarter. Clock is winding down here at the end of the 3rd, just 1:10 remaining. We've got a whistle and a stop play. Timeout Mustangs. Their first of the second half.
Yeah, and I can imagine right now in this huddle, they're going to try to get these guys to settle down. I mean, there's been a lot of big plays, a lot of emotions going with some penalties, and just get these guys back to the basics, going back to the strength of their defense, and also giving these guys a breather. I mean, this has been a long drive.
Yeah, it's a good timeout, good time for it. You know, we've talked about how Mounds had the momentum. I don't know that you can take it away from them if they get a stand here inside the red zone after that big time targeting penalty that we didn't quite see.
Yeah, I thought that was a tough call, but again, we'll give the referees the benefit of the doubt there. But just such a big play, a momentum play, and for those D linemen, they love it when they see a quarterback dropping back and a free shot. We're gonna have to review the tape and make a decision later.
There'll be plenty of discussions on that call, I guarantee it.
Yeah, tomorrow at film, I can see these guys breaking this down a few different times.
All right, 1st down and 10 from about the 12-yard line. And that ball's going to be on the ground. It's picked up by Carlson, but he's going to be tackled fairly quickly. That tackle by number 35,
Hatton,
the sophomore.
Yeah, Hatton's been all over the field today. I mean, he's definitely making his presence known as a sophomore. He's no pushover. He's not going to fold to these bigger guys or these older guys. He's holding his own out there.
Yeah, Coach Moberg said you were going to see some really important and impressive contributions from sophomores, that being nice for Manhattan. Pretty impressive to get that kind of contribution at the varsity level in week 1. All right, 2nd down and 10. The ball on the ground again. There's a penalty flag.
Adelman looks like he got a good jump there, too.
False start again on the Eagles. I stopped counting. They've had a number of false start penalties.
Yeah, this is not typical of a Totino-Grace football team of having this many penalties, but it is early. And for us Mustang fans, they keep shooting themselves in the foot. We'll capitalize.
Yeah, we will. And it is early, and it is something that you can fix. So at least there's that. This one's going to be a corner route fade, and that is a great throw and catch for the Eagles. Touchdown.
That's Spencer, RJ Spencer, returning leading receiver. And that was, good coverage. Good coverage, great ball.
Yeah, he fired that quick fade to the end zone. No one there. Actually wasn't too bad a coverage.
No, Wheeler was
no
right there.
No safety over the top.
Yeah,
right?
Wheeler was right there. I mean, they just had a lot of room on that strong side of the field. And, I mean, he put that ball only where Spencer could catch it.
So that big-time response by the Eagles here to end the 3rd quarter. The extra point pending here to go down 14. And they do. So 24-10, a Mustang lead with 4.5 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter.
What a drive. I mean, that was a very long drive by the Eagles. Mustangs held in there, and without that major penalty, I felt the Mustangs were really continuing that same momentum that the offense had started the half with.
If you would have told me that TG wouldn't have a touchdown until the end of the 3rd quarter, I would have said no way.
Yeah, no, and they got to be happy with that. the defense has come to play. When you're on the field for 8-minute drive there, and some big penalties, points are usually what's going to happen. So let's see how they can bounce back from this. And Coach Kalisher is going to get these guys in the huddle and maybe hammer down some of those mistakes they made down the stretch.
Hopefully they can get a little bit of rest here. Mounds can hold on to the football, get a sustained drive. And even if the Eagles do come back on offense and have some positive plays, the time, again, is on Mounds View's side.
Right. They have a little bit of cushion here to be aggressive as well if they need to. I mean, they don't need to necessarily sit back and milk the clock.
No, I think be aggressive. I just don't know if they can continue to throw the football as much as they have been.
Right.
Even though they've been doing it with success, they need that clock to run.
And the way Voss has been running, and I mean, this offense, they can hit you a couple different ways. They have a lot of weapons that they can utilize here, and I expect them to go right back to the aggressive play calling that they started the half with.
So the quarter does not expire on that squib kick. There's 0.5. So Mounds will have one play here remaining in the third quarter, and they're going to switch sides of the field. Beautiful new scoreboard here at Totino-Grace High School. $1.5 million donated by 51 different Totino-Grace alumni families to build that beautiful scoreboard that shows Mounds View up 2 touchdowns here to end this third quarter. They're going to throw a screen pass here to Wheeler, and he's got some room to move. He's up the middle, makes a move, makes a guy miss, and he's to the sideline, up past the 40, to the 50, to the 40, makes another guy miss down to the 30, 25-yard line. Huge gain for Wheeler and a great play call for the Mustangs.
No, especially with how excited TG's got to be after their first touchdown of the game to call a screen pass, expect their D-line to come out aggressive, get your own lineman downfield. You even have our sophomore blocking downfield. We got a big gain for the first play of the drive. That makes Aaron Moberg and the offense very, very happy.
That is incredible response to a long touchdown drive for TG. Way to go, Mustangs. That does conclude the third quarter. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Mustangs to start the fourth. Again, they are up 24-10. Wow, what a game. What a start to this 6A season for the Mustangs. Yeah, Wheeler's made a lot of plays at receiver. He's also played both sides of the ball. It's just amazing when you get an athlete like that to come out. Multi-sport athletes typically are the kind of kids that contribute the most to a football team. You need guys that play basketball, that run track, that play baseball, lacrosse. It just doesn't matter. As long as kids are active and in the weight room, they can come out and be a major contributor to a football team. And the great thing about Moberg is how much the numbers are growing at the youth level and how much excitement he's generated for this program. That's how you get multi-athletes to turn their heads and say, I want to be a football player in addition to these other sports I play like hockey or lacrosse. Wish we could bring you some stats here to kind of get a sense for the night for Owen Wark. He has played incredibly well, the junior quarterback, who really just got his start playing in this program as a freshman. Pretty remarkable for a kid like that to come out and have this kind of night to start his varsity season off at quarterback. Trips to the right. It's going to be a handoff here to Vaz, who's hit quickly and rather violently up right around the line of scrimmage. Minimal gain there for the Mustangs, 2nd and 10.
Looks like that was going to be number 1, Nick Pittman again, coming in and filling the hole off the outside. Great athletic play by him, coming down, making a hard open field tackle on Voss, who is a slippery guy, as he's shown tonight.
So this time Wheeler in the slot with trips to the right. Nystrom next to him. Rask on the outside. Vaz to the left of Wark, who's in the shotgun, has been all night. One step drop. He looks to the right. He's got a receiver open. It's almost intercepted. Nice play there from Totino-Grace, cutting inside and in front of Wheeler.
TG looks like they brought at least 5, putting pressure on early. Wark was a little bit pressured, had to throw it high, ended up just putting it over the head of his man. Tough play.
So definitely trying to get Wheeler involved more in this second half. Brian there, number 42 at tight end. He's in the slot. Again, Rask on the outside. Wheeler singled up to the left, and that's a high snap. Great athletic play. Honestly, that was amazing. Voss catches the ball, and he's off to the races. All the way up inside the 5-yard line goes Voss, and a broken play results in an incredibly athletic move by the quarterback and running back in a first down for the Mustangs.
Oh, that was scary for Wark there. When it's a design screenplay, so the O-line is already letting through all the D linemen, to have a missed snap like that, he barely got it out in time. Voss made one man miss and was open.
That kid played hot potato when he was younger, man. That was amazing. This is such a fun team. Wow. I'm so excited to be able to watch this team play all season long. So first and goal for the Mustangs. Twins to the left. Rask out wide to the right. They're going to hand it off to Voss, who's quickly tackled right at the line of scrimmage.
That was actually the first play the Mustangs have gone under center this entire game. So you kind of figured that it was going to be a run play. You really need those guys up front to get the D-line for Totino moving backwards if you're going to play hard-nosed football like that.
Good call. I didn't notice that. But every play right now matters so much as Mounds takes their time getting these play calls in. Clock ticking down, going to be under 10 minutes after this play from scrimmage. Looks like we've got twins to the left. We've got a slot. Number 44 in for the Mustangs. They're going to throw an inside slant route for a touchdown to Wheeler. Another great touchdown pass. Wark to Wheeler. And Mounds reclaims that 20-point lead they had early in the third quarter.
Looks like a little bit of miscommunication on the blocking. There was a blitzer who went through untouched, but Wark was able to set his feet, make the pass, and was willing to take the shot in order to get Mounds another 6 points on the board.
Amazing through the air in the second half, this Mounds View team. So much fun to watch. Such athletes they have at receiver. The kick from Samuel is up and good. And folks, it's 31-10. Mounds View leads the Totino-Grace Eagles at Totino-Grace High School with 10:07 remaining in the game.
After putting in so much work with Voss in the first half, Mounds View has really shown the other weapons that they have, diversified their offense, and Totino just doesn't know how to handle it this half.
Listen, we've got 3 touchdown passes. They're not all from Wark, but there are to 3 different receivers. Rask started it in the second quarter, and then Rask threw a touchdown. Rask did not. Nystrom threw a touchdown to Rask, and that Wheeler, his first touchdown. 3 different receivers scoring through the air tonight. Pretty impressive for the Mustangs. So TG really needed a stop there to get back into this game. Now they look again with 10 minutes remaining to try and get back within 2 scores, and maybe we're in onside kick territory at some time, depending on how long this drive takes if TG is to find the end zone. Nice return here. Breaks it to the outside, up to the 40-yard line, is pushed out of bounds. That Jack Kelly again making a touchdown saving tackle, but great field position for TG to start here as the clock ticks under 10 minutes to go in the fourth.
That was a great return by number 32, Sam Johnson. Started inside where his protection was before pulling it to the outside and getting himself an extra 10, 15 yards on the sideline.
Defense has to love playing right now. Up 3 scores, knowing TG's got to get the ball through the air. They have had a ton of success rushing the quarterback. I think they want to get back to that strip sack they had and make a really big play on D right now.
Yeah, they look aggressive. It looks like Edelman coming off the edge right away.
This ball's going to go deep, but it is overthrown. Good coverage there.
Intended for Spencer.
Fenning went right there on the coverage. Ball a little bit overthrown. 2nd and 10 for the Eagles.
Yeah, the Mounds Mustangs got to feel good about where they are right now and the way the defense has played, but no time to slow up now. I mean, let's make some highlights, boys, and let's something to build on for the rest of the year. Got to play 4 quarters.
They don't look one bit of tired here in the 4th quarter.
No, and a lot of these guys have been going both ways. I mean, the conditioning is unbelievable.
Ooh, wasn't even ready for it. Swing pass out to the right is incomplete for TG, bringing up 3rd down and 10.
And Mustangs just continue to bring that pressure off the edge.
Going to refocus our camera here a little bit. Looks like it's the scoreboard cam that's a little bit fuzzy for you. Sorry about that.
There we go.
We got our tech guru, Nate Schmiel, not only helping us set up this evening, but then going home and watching the feed, texting us, giving us all the tutelage he can handle in one evening. Appreciate it, Nate. 31-10, Mustangs lead. Ball snapped on the ground, but fired to the right and almost intercepted. Great play there by Radabaugh to break it up. That's going to bring a 4th down and 10 for the Eagles.
Yeah, great play on the ball. I mean, that ball was hung up there a little bit, but he didn't overrun it, just jumped up, got that ball out of there, made it a tough completion. So Eggert's still in right now for Thompson. So hopefully it's not the ankle keeping him out right now.
And that is nothing that he was dealing with prior to this game.
Yeah.
That happened early in the first half.
Yeah, and I mean, it looks like they got some depth here on the D line to be able to rotate guys in, and maybe they just see the score and going to give them a little bit of a break.
Good throw and catch here for a 1st down for the Eagles. That big time, given the fact that they would have been turning the ball over in Mustang territory.
Yeah, Mustangs brought a lot of guys there. Good protection by the Eagles. Giving them enough time to make that throw.
You know, TG hasn't executed, but when they do, you can tell they have a ton of talent. Just maybe too early for them to put it together, but also they've really struggled up front against this Mustang D-line. This front 7's really been strong, and their coverage on the back end has been really solid too for the Mustangs.
Yeah, rotating a few different guys at cornerback as well, and there's nothing lost when they're bringing these other guys in. They're getting a lot of help from those guys up front.
Handoff here up the middle. 4 or 5 yard gain on 1st down for the Eagles.
And that's what we thought we were going to see a lot of power run for Carlson. Not a huge gain. It gave him a couple. 5 yards.
Clock now ticking down, under 9 minutes remaining in the game. 3-score lead. Honestly, feeling really good about their chances here. Not a lot of urgency on the part of the Eagles. They're going to fake it. About a 3-step drop. He's going to throw deep and overthrow his intended receiver. Again, Fenning went on the coverage.
Edelman with a lot of pressure, chasing him down. Made that a tough throw and resulted in a huge overthrow.
How big is Edelman? He looks like a beast when he's running in on the quarterback.
know.
6'3", 205.
Yeah, I mean, and the way he's moving on all these plays, I mean, that's a big kid, and I mean, I can completely understand why the quarterback overthrew, and he's getting a little bit more excited in the pocket, maybe running a little bit early when Edelman's putting all that pressure on him.
It's like Radabot checks back in that cornerback spot to the boundary side. Another handoff here. Carlson dropped almost immediately.
Eggert. Luke Egger with the tackle.
That's fun for the senior.
Yeah, this defense is just flying around, having fun. And it looks like the guys are just building off each other's momentum. I mean, it's a mixture of guys. It's not just one guy getting in there. Every play, it seems to be someone else making a play. It's fun to see.
So another 4th down and long here. So often TG has played behind the sticks tonight. Twins to the right, double twins actually. This is going to be
screen.
Quick screen to the receiver, and he's tackled from behind again. Jack Kelly dragging.
Yeah, Jack Kelly is definitely a ball hawk and a 2-year starter and a good staple of that secondary. Brings him down and
Turns him over.
Downs. Yeah.
Yep. So 7:32 remaining. Moundsview with a 3-score lead, going to take over on offense.
At this point, even though Moundsview would love another touchdown to really cement their victory, just a long drive, chew up the clock, make it harder for TG to make those 3 touchdowns.
You know, they have not taken their foot off the gas pedal. So it'll be interesting to see what they do here on first down, because I thought last series on that first down play, you know, right at the end of the 3rd quarter, they were going to run it for sure. They throw a wide receiver screen and it goes for about 50 to Wheeler. I can't wait to see the end stats on this game. It just really feels like a number of players have contributed big yards. And we know we've got 3 big scores from 3 different receivers. And then Voss also in the end zone in that 3rd quarter. This, a handoff, inside zone to the left. Nice little gain there on first down for the Mustangs. Be about 2nd and 7.
Yeah, it looked like Moundsview wanted TG to think pass because they spread everyone out wide, but they ended up going with a bit of a dive. Now it looks like we've got a player from Totino down on the ground.
Yep, he's being tended to by a trainer. So give Mustangs a little bit of a breather. Some of those two-way players just came right off of defense, right back to that offensive line.
He's sitting up now, which is always a good sign when something really bad happens. Those guys don't move down there.
I think that's the same kid that hobbled off a little bit earlier, so it could be just a similar injury here for Diego.
Big man playing in the middle. It's not uncommon to get all tied up, your feet rolled over. You just hope he's okay. But walking off on his own power, it looks like he should be all right.
I just love how dominant those teams in the gold bracket were last night, going 12-1 against teams in the maroon bracket. And now you look at this score. Mustangs are going to be the 2nd team in the maroon bracket to upset their cross bracket rival, Totino-Grace. And they're up big, 31-10. All right, trips to the right here for the Mustangs. Again, Wheeler lined up. Solo to the left. This another handoff to Voss, who's a workhorse now as they eat up both yards and clock.
Voss tried to run like a counter there. I don't think that's what was called, but he tried to come all the way back to the left side of the offensive line, where he was just met by a swarm of Totino-Grace Eagles.
And that's the thing about inside zone. Voss can make cuts, but he can't do it until he presses the line of scrimmage. Then you cut. Looks a little bit like he's cutting early back behind the line. That's where earlier we got a holding penalty. but it's also where you give the defense an opportunity to recover from the direction they had initially been heading in on that zone play. So lots of time ticking off here as Mounds View delays the play call and then ends up calling a timeout with 5:52 here remaining in the game. I believe that's their second timeout this second half. They probably don't need their final timeouts. TG has. Shout out to Principal Duran joining the feed tonight. Fun to talk to him a little bit. Former principal at Island Lake, now at Pike Lake Kindergarten Center, but he was principal of a lot of these kids who are now in their junior and senior year. Had fun things to say about Owen Wark and the kind of kid that he was coming through Island Lake Elementary. Kind of a quiet leader that would sit back and observe. Principal Duran really proud of him and happy to see him playing well tonight, I'm sure. All right. Trips again to the right of Wark. Voss to his left. Got to think more inside zone coming here. That's exactly what it is as Voss presses the line of scrimmage this time. Minimal gain. It's going to bring us to 4th down for the Mustangs in a likely punt situation here, but the clock's still ticking. Actually, I take that back. TG just called the timeout.
Yeah, another inside run by Voss, but he's still cutting it back a little bit. He either needs to give his O-line a little bit more time to make his holes or just commit and make his own ones right behind him.
Starting to spin a little bit on our feed, but hopefully we've been able to bring you Mounds View football uninterrupted. All of this done through a mobile hotspot. Pretty remarkable what we're able to do with a jetpack. Next week, we'll be at Mounds View High School against Osseo on a Thursday night. Here is the punt from Samuel, and this is a great punt. Of course it is. Fair caught at the 19-yard line. So with 5:39 remaining, down 3 scores, Totino-Grace will take over with some urgency to get into the end zone. And you would think if they are to do that, they're going to come right back out and try to onside kick. The clock, not their friend right now.
Nope. And, Mounds View's defense, they got to know that. These guys are getting to desperation time, that trick plays, everything's on the table. Staying to what they know, sticking to the principles, and sealing this win.
So Thompson not in there, and you'd think at this point up 3 scores, they're not going to take any risks. So maybe healthy enough to play, but coach's decision, we're not quite sure.
Yeah, I mean, he was playing through it. You could tell he was toughing it out, but yeah, smart choice. And it's a long season. Make sure we get these guys healthy.
And it gives important game reps to other players along that line of scrimmage, but he really dominated tonight. He was a force up front, was Hunter Thompson.
Batted down.
Nice play there by the Mustangs. Didn't quite catch the number.
Here we go. Let's check out this replay.
I said Hunter, I meant Mitchell Thompson. Dominating earlier in this game.
Batted down by Edelman.
Edelman, of course it was batted down by Edelman.
And yeah, it looks like 59. 59. Brady Alquist is in the game here at the end. And he didn't see much in the first half. Looking to make an impact here.
Incomplete pass out to the right.